Sometimes you just want a fragrance that smells and projects and just beast mode. You just want beast mode. And I've got a couple here that I want to share with you that are beast mode. First up is 9 PM Rebel. This one came out last year, I think, late last year. And this one really shocked me at how strong it is. This one is a fruit bomb. It's got a lot of sweetness in here, some woody, some musky stuff in here. It's very playful, very sweet, and very loud. The main thing here is it smells like a apple Jolly Rancher. I don't really want to spray this in the air because it is so potent. This one is a really good, it smells like red fruit, but just Jolly Rancher sweetness. There is some vanilla in here to sweeten it up a little bit, but this one is so loud. It's got some musk and some oak moss stuff in here as well. It smells really good when it dries down, but the main thing is it's sweet fruity and just so obnoxious. It does last for a very long time too. It sticks to the skin and it never goes away. I would recommend, if you wanted things to last a lot longer, spray on your clothes. Don't spray on your clothes if your clothes are very expensive, but if you're wearing like black t-shirts like I do most of the time, spraying some fragrance on your clothes is gonna make it last a little longer, and it's just gonna smell a lot more neutral instead of like random hot spots. All right, what inspired this list today was I wore Hawas Ice, and I wore 6 sprays of this, and it was way too much. I was very potent, very strong, coming off to everybody. And I actually haven't worn this in a while, and I really love the way that it smelled. So this one has a little bit of a minty kind of vibe in here, an ice kind of feel, very fresh, clean, and just very fruity sweet. A little spice in here, and this like ambroxany, nice musky, woody dry down, but it's mostly like fresh aquatic, sweet aquatic, essentially. I don't want to spray these in the room because it's gonna just stink out the place in a good way. Anyway, this one, it was so strong. It was very potent. This one grabs attention if you want something fresh and clean, almost fruity ozonic. That just is a beast mode that, you know, punches through the air. You want to be noticed, spray up to 6, maybe up to 10 sprays, and you're gonna be like really pushing off. I wanted to talk about another Hawas. This is not like in the official, you know, lineup here, but I wanted to talk about this one because I was looking at Ice and so strong. This one is the black version, and this is similar to Creed Aventus, Creed Absolute, but done in much more of a Nishane's Hashavat kind of way. I feel like it's Creed Aventus Absolute mixed with Hashavat from Nishane, but a lot more Nishane Hashavat because it has a lot of oak moss in here. The smoky woods, the intensity in here is just insane, but this one gets noticed. This one is pretty dark, rich, resinous. Some people out there call it dirt. They smell dirt in here, which comes from like a dirty patchouli kind of smell. There's a bunch of different patchoulis. They're using the dirty kind. And it smells really masculine, really intense, and the juice color does not lie. This thing is, I don't know if you can get any more amber than that. Anyway, I don't want to spray this in the air, but this one is a very smoky version of Hashavat with a lot of oak moss in here. Really good. If you don't want Hawas Ice, which is a fresh and clean, go with something like the black version. All right, one that I don't really wear all that much, and the successor to this one is also really good, Liquid Brune, but this one is Azzure Aoud, and this is a Oud Maracuja clone inspired by, and it basically smells super oud. It's a friendly oud, though. It's pretty sweet with a fruity raspberry kind of note in here. But the most part, it's a sweet oud fragrance that is loud and projects forever. If you want to be noticed in a deep, rich oud kind of smell with a little sweetness in here, this is really good. This will get you noticed. It's very loud. I struggle to wear this. I'll be honest, I've worn it twice and I hated every second of it. Doesn't mean it's bad at all. I was actually like enjoying it sometimes, but it's just so strong that the first time I wore it, I wore like 5 to 6, I think 7-ish sprays. Second time around, I knew how strong this thing was, so I only wore like 3 sprays. But it was during the springtime and it was a little hot outside, so I really didn't want to wear it all that much. And so I was just like kind of turned off by it. But it is really good. It's sweet, and it's also this nice oud kind of smell. I'm not a big fan of the DNA, but I can admire it for what it is. Really good. It's very strong. I'll have all of the linked fragrances in the description down below if you want to copy and paste and look up on Fragrantica if you want. All right, from Mancera, Cedrat Boisee Intense. So when I bought this one, I loved the original Cedrat Boisee so much. It's that fruity tone, a little tobacco in there, but Fruit Loops in the woods is what I like to call it. So this one, Cedrat Boisee Intense. The Intense version basically, in my opinion, took the DNA of Cedrat Boisee, took the dry down, and just extended its life. So you're gonna get the like deep woods here, that tobacco note. Some people say it smells like a cigarette a little bit. I don't really get that, but I can see where they're coming from. But this one is very loud. Still has the fruitiness, has a little bit of an oud character, which is nice, but it's just comes across as like deep woods. I love wearing this stuff. It is very strong though. I only try to wear like 3, maybe 4 sprays, and that's max, because this stuff is very potent, very strong. I like wearing it though. I love the scent character. All right, this one, I've worn this one 3 times, loved every minute of it, but it's very strong. I only wear it in like going out occasions, and I did get a couple compliments when I did go out. I went to a Jonas Brothers concert with this, and I also went to a bar, and then also a film festival. No compliments from the Jonas Brothers because I got drunk. Anyway, we won't talk about that. Micallef's DesirToxic. This is the Latense version. Yes, Latense DesirToxic. This stuff is so good. It smells like a grimy drug dealer, which I love because I just want to feel bad boy sometimes. Really good. It has a hemp note in here, so if you kind of want to smell like a drug dealer, this would be the way to go. It does have a lot of fresh, like minty kind of vibes in here. Cardamom as well as in here. A little pink pepper and a nice woody dry down. And there's just intensity with this one. This gets you noticed. This gets you so many like, you know, mysterious looks. Like, what are you doing here? Anyway, it's fresh, spicy, a lot of greenness, a little bit in here from cannabis, some other little facets going on in here. This is really good. It doesn't get talked about online because the brand likes to send out stuff and everybody gets upset about that. I bought my bottle, whatever that's worth, I don't. All right, moving it on forward to Brioni Eau de Parfum Intense. This stuff is fantastic. This is very strong. I love this stuff. So this is an apple fragrance. It's got some pink pepper, some sage and stuff like that. It smells like a designer fragrance, and it almost smells like Parfums de Marly Layton. If you had Layton and YSL produced it, what I find here. This one has some oud in here though, so it might come across a little stinky to some people. I really enjoy the fruity aspect in here. The spiciness is really well done. Blast in the air, it projects out so incredibly well. This one is a little bit more for going out, like fresh and clean at the top, and then it dries off into this sexy, spicy, woody, little fruity sweetness lingers throughout the life of the fragrance. But for the most part, think of this as the same way you would think about Parfums de Marly Layton as far as like when you would wear it. This is like a Layton type of occasion fragrance right here. All right, I get this one. I didn't want to include this one, but every time I looked at my shelf, I was like, this has to be in the list because I get so much attention from this one. And I know, who cares? But Armani code Parfum. Every time I wear this stuff, it lingers in the air so incredibly well, and I get some kind of attention from it. I've gotten like 7 or 8 compliments when I'm wearing this. The bottle is almost halfway empty, right? Wow. I might need to buy another bottle. Anyway, this stuff is good. It's fresh and clean. It's got the original like Armani code tonka bean, leathery kind of feel in here in the base, but overall, it's fresh and clean with a touch of an iris accord, which gives it a nice fresh floral vibe, but very powdery though. Once it dries down, the tonka bean and the iris in here just kind of mix together and become very powdery. So if you don't like powder, stay away from it, but I am never going to turn you off from buying one of these. All right, moving it on forward. I have not worn this one a lot, almost ever, because it is so strong, sickeningly sweet strong. It is very well balanced. I'll give it that. I really enjoy it. But this is Jean-Paul Gaultier's La Mal Absolute. I believe I got that right, because there are so many different flankers coming out, like the Le Intense Extreme Extrait Elixir. Anyway, this is the new version. This is the Absolute. I wanted to sell this one a long time ago, and I still don't know why it's in my collection, but I'll give it some credit. It smells really nice, okay? It smells pretty good. They remove the tobacco and the honey kind of note, and that's basically what you get here. It's kind of a cleaner version of the Elixir. I feel like it's just way loud. Even the Elixir is so loud. That's just so potently loud. I'll put these two in the same category, the Elixir and the Absolute. They're just so sickeningly sweet loud. They get attention. They smell great in the air, especially when you're downwind from somebody, or if you're downwind from somebody smelling like this, you'll get noticed because it's very strong, clean, minty, sweet, lavender, vanilla. It's so good. I would say if you want, or if you're interested at all in this kind of DNA, go with the original Elixir because I personally love the tobacco and the honey note in there. This one kind of removes that and it just kind of makes it a fresh and cleaner DNA. Anyway, I would say this one is very sickeningly sweet, loud, very good though. All right, I wore this one like 5 times. I think I might sell it, but we'll see how the year progresses. All right, this is Vertus Vanilla Oud. So this one was a heavy hype beast within the community a couple years back. I really do enjoy this one. It's like a vanilla oud fragrance with a little bit of a, I don't know, there's a lot more oud and a lot more woods in here than vanilla. This one is just like sprinkled in vanilla, a little sweet. Also like this really interesting note in here, rhubarb I think it is. Anyway, regardless of how it smells, which I think is the main point here, but this thing is loud. I sprayed, like last time I wore it, I sprayed 4 sprays on and I was very much in everybody's face. And I did not wait for an invitation. I was just up in their grill, pounding down on them, and it was a little bit too much. It smells okay. It smells really nice, especially in the wintertime. I feel like this is a very good wintertime fragrance, but it's a cool weather kind of style. I don't know when I wear this one, but when I do, sometimes I get a little bit annoyed with myself. It's very good, especially like if you're gonna go out on a date. That's where I would really wear this one, is if I was going out on like maybe a bar trip, maybe not to a date, like a first date or a second date, but maybe a third or a fourth date, because it could be challenging for some ladies. They would look at me and say, why do you smell like that?
I make fragrance videos on the internet.
Prada Carbon. I wear this stuff and I get so much attention. It's so loud, it's so incredibly potent. I feel like Sauvage is just built that way, but Prada Carbon is like a cleaner version of Sauvage. Filled with Ambroxan, filled with Norlin Banal, filled with ISOE Super and goodness. This stuff is great. If you want something fresh and clean and easy to wear that smells like carbon, but smells like Sauvage, go with this one. This one is loud, gets attention, and it's very, very good. Let me know what are your favorite fragrances that are just absolutely annoying to wear. They annoy everybody and they get so much attention. Some people actually will give you compliments. Some people will cuss you out in the parking lot. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching the channel, everyone. We'll see you next time.